What if a hydropower project sat half-built for years, its license about to expire, and Congress stepped in to give it more time? That is exactly what just happened. A new federal law directs the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, known as FERC, the agency that oversees power projects in the United States, to give certain hydropower developers extra time to start building. It applies to projects that were issued a license before March 13, 2020. Here is what it changes and who benefits. Hydropower projects use flowing water, usually from rivers or dams, to generate electricity. Before any shovel hits the ground, developers must get a license from FERC. That license comes with a deadline to begin construction. Under existing federal law, FERC could already grant up to an 8-year extension on that deadline. But many projects licensed before March 2020 ran into problems, permitting delays, financing issues, supply chain disruptions, and the pandemic. Some were at risk of losing their licenses entirely before construction could even begin. Congress responded with this bill to give those older projects a second chance. Here are the key provisions in plain English. First, FERC is authorized, at the licensee's request, to extend the construction start deadline by an additional 6 years beyond the 8-year extension already allowed under current law. Second, that additional extension must consist of no more than 3 consecutive 2-year periods. So instead of one big 6-year green light, FERC grants it in 2-year chunks, up to 3 times in a row. Third, the bill gives FERC the power to reinstate certain expired licenses for projects whose construction deadlines are extended under this bill. If a license is reinstated, it is effective as of the date it expired, meaning there is no gap in the project's legal status. The law applies only to hydropower projects that receive their FERC license before March 13, 2020. This change directly affects hydropower licensees, the companies, utilities, and developers holding pre-March 2020 FERC licenses that have not yet started construction. It also affects the communities where those projects are planned, including landowners near dam sites, local workers hoping for construction jobs, and electricity customers who may eventually receive power from these facilities. Environmental groups and river advocates who track hydropower licensing are also watching closely, because reinstating expired licenses can revive projects that some assumed were dead. If you are a licensee, you will need to formally request the extension from FERC. It is not automatic. If you live near a planned hydropower site and want to know whether a project is being revived, FERC's public docket system lets anyone search project filings by license number or project name. For everyone else, this is a good moment to learn how energy projects in your area get approved. Remember, this is general information, not legal advice for your specific situation. If this helped you understand what is changing, hit subscribe. We cover the biggest new laws across all 50 states every week, so you never get caught off guard.